welcome to Ria and Alka show. We always appreciate having you guys, having you that, we want to share knowledge. And what Ria and I have been sharing last week is about money, your mindset about money, success. And what do you feel when you think about money? Do you feel do you feel tense? Do you feel calm? Do you feel at ease because you know that money comes to you easily and continuously so that you're not stressed out about money at all? So if you are in that position, that is amazing. And so we're so happy that, you are in that place. But, we always want to share knowledge from our books. Ria's book, from Robert Kiyosaki's Financial IQ, and from my book that I'm sharing, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. So thank you guys for being with us. And so welcome. My name is Alka.
My name is Ria, and welcome
to
our show. So thank you, Alka.
Thank you, Ria. So I'm going to pass the mic on to you.
Yes, thank you for that. And today's topic is a few pages from Robert Kiyosaki's book, Financial IQ, Increase Our Financial IQ. And I'm going to read with you guys like four areas of like a 2-page of his book. And then me and Alka will share with you what our thoughts are, what our opinions are. So the first one is, why the rich get richer. It may seem unfair that the rules of money change, that those changes make you poorer, and that they are out of your control. And it is. The key to becoming rich is to recognize that the system is unfair. Learn the rules and use them to your advantage. This takes financial intelligence. And financial intelligence can only be achieved by solving financial problems. Rich Dad said, the rich get richer because they learn to solve financial problems. The rich see financial problems as opportunities to learn, to grow, to become smarter, and to become richer. The rich know that the higher their financial IQ, the bigger problems they can handle. Hence, the more money they make. Instead of running, avoiding, or pretending money problems do not exist, the rich welcome financial problems because they know that problems are opportunities to become smarter. That is why they get richer. So Alka, I truly believe that solving our community's problem, when we solve a lot of problems, money is just a byproduct. When we serve a lot of people, right, we solve our community's problem. Yeah. People will be so happy that we solve their problem. And in return, they will pay us for our services. And that is why money is not evil. Money is just a byproduct of the services we performed. We help solve the people's problem. We help solve the community's problem. So having financial intelligence, welcome financial problems, because why? They make your financial IQ higher. And when we have financial IQ, then money will be a byproduct to solving other people's problem.
Ria, you know what? I love that, because just like with anything in life, if you have to invite problems, good way, not the bad way, but if you invite problems in the good sense, I'm talking about, nothing to do with your past personal life, but inviting generally when it comes to money, if you invite problems into your life. So, when it comes to like challenges, do you feel challenged in any way about money? So Ria, I do love that. And why? It's because when you invite challenges, and I'll give you my example, I'm finding that you know, even in my life, you know, we talked about this many shows that, you know, financial IQ is it's got to be taught at schools. And in my time, I'm not going to reveal my age, but in my time, there was no financial in terms of in the education. We weren't taught about finance. So that is very important. So even now, I find that there were some things that I am challenged about there when it comes to like budgeting. You know, do you budget yourself what, you know, whatever you are spending, when it comes to, you know, groceries, anything to do with the household? Do you know, do you take absolute care about and budget when it comes to finance? So Ria, I think that's a very important point, that, you know, you do have to allow problems and challenges to come forward, because that's the only way you're going to learn and grow.
That is correct. And remember our mentor, Grant Cardone, I want big problems. Big problems. So we want big problems too. We should not say no to, you know, big problems. They should challenge us, and by challenging us, that's how we develop ourselves, by learning, right, by reading books, by having mentors. And then when we have this knowledge, then we deploy them out into the real world. Because if we have all the knowledge and we just keep it to our brain, you know what, nothing will happen. We've got to deploy that knowledge.
Exactly. It's in the implementation. So the more you implement on what Ria has shared from her book, or what I have shared from Think and Grow Rich, knowledge is power. Absolutely. And you need knowledge. So the more averse you are in reading books, the knowledge that you get from, you know, finance or real estate, the more you want to know about, you know, these topics. You got to read, and you've got to be well versed in that, so that you can talk. Say, for example, when you go to the bank, you can talk, you know, that their language, so that they are better equipped. They know what you're talking about. So they want to lend you money. Lenders will lend you money because they know you know what you're talking about. You speak their language. And so Ria, absolutely. I think, you know what, you got to be able to, you know, like, as you said, you know, Grant or other mentors have said, you know, find big problems, because it's only in the big problems that you can solve, or you begin to find, oh, you know what, I can do this. I do know about this. And that's when, you know, it becomes so much better, as opposed to, you know, if you're not wanting to seek problems, or you're not wanting to know about any of the problems, how are you going to grow? You're not going to learn.
You're not growing, you're dying.
You're dying, for sure. You're disintegrating. If you're not creating and you're not wanting to learn, you're disintegrating. So friends, we don't want you to be in that situation. We don't want you, if you're listening right now and you're thinking, you know, these are great tips, I need to really improve my life financially. Well, you know, we're so happy that you're with us today, because Ria, that's key right there. You got to, you know, you don't want to disintegrate.
Yes. So the other things that I would like to discuss during today's show would be how the 3 classes handle money problems. So the first class would be how the poor handles money problem. The second class would be how the middle class handles money problem. And the third class is how the rich handles money problem. So I'm going to read to you the paragraph in the Increase Your Financial IQ book, and me and Alka will share our thoughts and opinions to you guys. So how the poor handle money problems. When it came to describing the poor, Rich Dad said, the poor see money problems only as problems. Many feel they are victims of money. Many feel they're only the ones with money problems. They think that if they have more money, their money problems would be over. Little do they know that their attitude towards money problems is the problem, the attitude. Their attitude creates their money problems. Their inability to solve or avoidance of them only prolongs their money problems and makes them bigger. Instead of becoming richer, they become poorer. Instead of increasing their financial IQ, the only thing the poor increase is their financial problems. So like you said earlier, Alka, we have to face the challenges. We cannot avoid it, because when we avoid it, we're going to get more problems. It's not going to go away. We live in an economic planet. You go to the grocery and tell the teller, hey, can I have this glass of milk because I'm kind? Oh no, they're going to call the cops on you. So the money problems exist and we cannot avoid them. We've got to increase our financial IQ. So that's what the poor do, or what the poor, how they handle their money problems. Do you have anything to say before I proceed to the middle class?
Yeah, I mean, problems, exactly, because if you see everything as a problem, you're going to get more of the problem. And we know that it's a cause and effect. So if you put a problem out there and you're always constantly thinking, well, I have this problem, oh, I can't get out of debt, oh, I can't pay my car loans, etc., you will get more of the problem. It's just the cause of the universe. It's the cause and effect. You've caused that. You have caused, and you're saying, and we said auto-suggestion, you're saying constantly, oh, I can't get out of debt. I can't get out of debt. The mere fact that you're saying you can't get out of debt, you will, my friends, get more of the debt.
The question would be, how can I get out of the debt?
Exactly. How can you get out of that? Exactly.
And just like what you mentioned earlier to Alka, the on previous show, the lottery winner, right? It's not because you just have a lot of money that it's going to solve your money problems. No, for example, the lottery winner, they will win a lot of money, a windfall of money in one time. But because they have not increased their financial IQ, they will continue to have money problems. The windfall of money they will have, that's going to go away. Money always find ways to escape your hand, especially if you do not know how to multiply the money. So what do you think about the lottery winner, Alka?
Exactly, Ria. I was just going to mention that, lottery winners is a perfect example, because that's a perfect scenario. I mean, they win $1 million. They get a check for $1 million. 9 times out of 10, only 1% will know, okay, that $1 million, what is he or she to do with that check they receive? The others, they may blow it. And we've seen countless examples of other people in other industries. They receive big checks, big money, and yet it's blown. And as Ria mentioned correctly, money finds way to slip out of your hands. If you don't take care of it, it's like a jealous lover. It can go to someone else. So if you need to treat money kind, you need to respect money, you need to be gentle with money, so that it's going to look after you. Otherwise, it can slip and just fall away.
Awesome. Now let's go to class 2, middle class. And that's where we are. How the middle class handle money problems. While the poor are the victims of money, the middle class are prisoners of money. In describing the middle class, Rich Dad said, the middle class solve their money problems differently. Instead of solving money problems, the middle class think they can outsmart their money problems. The middle class will spend money to go to school so they can get a secure job. Most are smart enough to earn money and put a firewall, a buffer zone between them and their money problems. They buy a house, commute to work, play it safe, climb the corporate ladder, and save for retirement by buying stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. They believe their academic or professional education is enough to insulate them from the cruel, harsh world of money. At the age of 50, said the Rich Dad, many middle-aged people discover that they are a prisoner in their own office. Many are valued employees. They have experience. They earn enough money and have enough job security. Yet deep down, they know they are trapped financially and they lack the financial intelligence to escape from their office prison. They look forward to surviving 15 more years when at age 65, they can retire and they begin to live on a leaner budget, of course, a budget. Rich Dad said, the middle class think they outsmart their money problems by being smart academically and professionally. Most lack financial education, which is why most tend to value financial security rather than take on financial challenges. Instead of becoming entrepreneurs, they work for entrepreneurs. Instead of investing, they turn their money over to financial experts who manage their money. Instead of increasing their financial IQ, they stay busy hiding in their offices. And you know what, Alka? Forgive me for I have sinned, because I've been this middle class for a very long time. I was in the corporate world. I was in one of those trapped offices. And you know what? I'm glad that I laid down my white coat and I ventured into the world of entrepreneurship, into the world of apartment business, because now I understand how important it is that I need to increase my financial IQ and not give my money to my financial advisors. I had financial advisors, Alka. I was giving them to them every single month, hoping that they would multiply my money. But then again, your money, who else in the better world would take care of your money? Not other people, not your financial advisor. It is you, it is me, it is up to all of us. So who is better to take care of our money? Us. So we have to learn the financial game. And when we learn it, we've got to deploy it. We cannot just outsmart our financial problems. We cannot just invest in stocks or bonds or dividends, because what? We do not have the control of those stocks. We are at the mercy of the economy of other people. We have to learn. We need to learn the game and control the game itself. So my game is apartments. So now what I did over the last years was study how the wealthy are doing it, and then have mentors deploy my knowledge. And now I'm learning the game, and I still do. It never ends for me. Learning is a forever game for me. I'm always a learner.
Definitely. I mean, we're always constantly learning. But you know what I just loved is you said you were an intrapreneur, not an entrepreneur. So that is a huge difference, because you were an entrepreneur, and you will, most of us look inwards to what we don't have. And the middle class, Ria, I wanted to share that you mentioned about safety. So the middle class, we were taught to live in mediocrity. And we were taught that, we were brainwashed by, the society, family, friends, that we need to live in mediocrity. And we don't realize that living in mediocrity is only going to get things worse. It's going to make things worse for our lives, for ourselves and our family and future generations. So it's not living in mediocrity, because unfortunately, media, society, family, it's the brain has brainwashed us to believe that it's living in mediocrity. And Ria mentioned, you're saving pennies. You're always thinking about safety. You're always thinking about how to, I don't want to overspend, or I don't want to over trample on others. I want to be safe. But safety is only going to make things worse. So Ria, I think I just love that point that, we are always thinking about living in safety.
That's right, Alka. And now let's learn from the wealthy how the rich handle their money problems. Exactly. When we look at financial intelligence, it becomes easy to see that there are 5 core intelligence an individual must develop to become rich. This book is about those 5 financial intelligences. This book is about integrity. Most people think of the word integrity, they think of it as an ethical concept. This is not what I mean when I use the word integrity. Integrity is wholeness. According to Webster, it is the quality or state of being complete or undivided. A person who has mastered the 5 financial intelligence I write about in this book has achieved financial integrity. When the rich have money problems, they use their financial integrity developed through many years of facing and solving problems with the 5 financial intelligences to solve those problems. If the rich don't know the answer to their money problems, they don't walk away and throw in the towel. They never quit. They seek out experts who can help them solve their problems, experts, mentors. In the process, they become more financially intelligent and are that much more equipped to solve the next problem when it comes around. The rich do not quit, they learn. And by learning, they grow richer. So that's the 5 core financial intelligence. We're gonna talk in a different show, in a different episode, but that's how the rich handles the money problems. So they don't quit, they learn, they hire experts. Success leaves clues. All we've got to do is follow the crumbs. So if the rich who are already wealthy and rich, they seek out experts, that means we all need to seek out experts if we want to go where they are going. We seek out experts to help us currently where we are. And when we seek out experts, we're increasing our financial IQ. And then we deploy what the experts have told us. If you think it's not right, you can do a beta testing. Don't be so stuck. No analysis paralysis. Go do one. If it doesn't work, then pivot. Okay, guys? Learn from the rich, and more on the next few shows.
Oh, can't wait. But thank you so much, Ria, for sharing. That was just phenomenal nuggets. I hope, friends, that you got so much nuggets what Ria has just shared, because I was just blown away. But absolutely, you know what? Wealthy, even though they are wealthy, but they understand that to create more wealth, you have to, be in alignment with other people. You don't be scared to ask for help. Have other mentors, like, our mentors, Grant Cardone, successful man in his own right, has made billions, but still he has the energy and he's still doing more. So we need to be inspired by any mentor who is still continuing on his or her pathway, has not quit, has not retired, but is still continuing to grow. Why? Because they know their path for the next 10 years, what that looks like. So my friends, be on that path. And as Ria just mentioned, success does leave clues, and it's up to us to pick up on those clues, to pick up what they have just shared and take that on board. And, so it's all comes down to the implementation. Knowledge is power, but knowledge cannot be as powerful if we implement on that knowledge. So friends, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Ria and I always have a pleasure to be with you all and, inspire our knowledge, impart our knowledge to you so that you become great financially and, create success for you and your family. So we will see you tomorrow, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. See you guys. Have a good day.
Take care. God bless.